Oh, yeah. Okay, so...
Clues.
First of all, can we have the theme music for me being a U2 sleuth?
Okay, here we go. This is our U2 Sleuth theme song.
Okay. According to my calculations, now somebody slipped up in an interview.
Okay.
What's his name?
Jesus Christ! What are you trying to say?
What's his name?
Bono.
No,
The Edge. Should I just list people?
No.
Stephen Hawking.
What's his name from the Shins?
James Mercer.
James Mercer was being interviewed
because of Broken Bells.
Because of Broken
Bells. The band
Bells.
he's in with Danger Mouse.
Yes.
And Brian, as Lance Bangs called him.
Yes. And they said, hey, Danger Mouse is producing U2 right now. That's really exciting. And James Mercer, maybe it was a slip up, maybe it wasn't. Mm-hmm. He said, yeah, it's really exciting. That whole first album is going to be all Danger Mouse.
Oh.
And then there was another interview with Bono just like a week before the delay leak where he said to an interviewer who was an old friend of his, she said, what's going on with the album? And he said, I can
Did he take this long to say it?
Yeah.
Or?
He said, I can tell you something, but then I'll have to kill you, but we're actually working on 2.
2 records.
Yeah. So
okay,
those 2 clues together,
clues.
kind of 2's clues. That's the name of this segment.
This segment, 2's clues, yeah.
It sounds like maybe they're working on some sort of 2 separate I don't know.
Maybe they're doing what they normally do, which is they go, hey, we're working on 2 records, but then they just take the best of both of them and
put out one.
And then put out a bunch of EPs or singles or something like that. That's probably what's going on. And they don't want to hurt Danger Mouse's feelings. The way they hurt Steve Lillywhite that one time when they're like, you know what? I think it's best.
And he was like, you know what? Yeah, good idea. Good idea.
Go make your famous records with Brian Eno. That's good.
No, but he produced one of their biggest hits, How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb.
We'll talk about that in a few episodes, definitely.
I'm ready to talk about it whenever you are.
We'll get to it. We'll definitely get to it.
I know we will. I
will say I am not ready. I'm in the middle of filming my show. I'm in the middle of moving. A lot's going on right now. Kulop is out of the country.
Where is she?
She went to Laos. So a lot is happening right now, and I don't have time to research U2 as much as... I don't have time. I know U2's a lifestyle, and I should be ready at a moment's notice. When I get the call, I should slide down my pole, fireman style, and change into my fly sunglasses and coat, leather coat.
Slide down your pole.
Wait, what the fuck did you just say to me?
I didn't say shit, man.
Sounded to me like you said fucking something to me.
I didn't say fucking shit to you. And that is the end of 2's Clues.
Good episode.
Solid
episode of 2's Clues.
Guests, take down your drawers.
Okay.
Show us that dick or that coochie.
Is this one of the 20 questions you're going to use?
Oh, that's right.
Using 2's Clues?
Oh, yeah.
20 questions.
20 questions.
Oh, God, what are the questions we should...
You must determine my gender
in one of these
20 questions.
By the way, this is part of 2's Clues. Let's hear a little of the 2's Clues theme. Very good. Very nice.
Welcome to 2's Clues.
Welcome to 2's Clues.
I'm Scott.
I'm Scott. This is the show where we ask our guests 20 questions, and in those 20 questions, we hope we get a few 2's Clues.
To determine if they got a penis or if they got a vagina.
If they got a peen or they pee through a vagina.
Jesus.
That was not a
That's not good.
I said, oh, Jesus, as if mine was at all acceptable. Oh, my God. Okay.
Scott, what question you want to lead with?
Okay. Guest number 1.
Yes.
When you get dressed in the morning, do you put on... These are all yes or no questions?
God, we never talked about that. They could be or they could not be, I guess.
Okay. Do you put on panties or a diaper?
Good question.
Both.
Oh, damn it.
Better safe than
Okay.
sorry.
Damn it.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Scott, it's your turn.
Okay. Guess number one. What is your ideal dream date?
Yes. It is a dream. Ideally.
Ideally. All right. Well, God, I feel like we're no closer to
This
learning.
guest
the
likes to go on dates in the dream world?
I guess so. With Morpheus?
Yes. I'm answering your question because you made a question sort of lilt at
I
the
guess
end.
that counts as one of our 20
okay.
questions. Yeah. I got one.
Okay, go ahead.
17 questions to go.
I'm surprised I didn't think of this first. What gender are you?
I'm a man,
Oh, I guess we don't need the rest of those questions.
Oh,
but still ask them
Okay.
to determine my gender.
Here we go. At this point, I think you're a man, but...
I think you're a man because you just said
yeah.
you're a man.
Wait, I got one. Were you lying when you said you were a man?
No.
Oh, man, I'm thinking this guy's a man.
13 more questions.
Do you have any way of proving you're a man?
Yes, several.
Will you prove you're a man by showing us that peen?
Absolutely, I will.
Okay, will you do it right now?
Yes, I will.
Okay, let's see it.
That was not a question.
Can we see it?
Certainly.
Are you going to show it to us or keep us in suspense on this?
Yes, I am, and no, I'm not.
Will you fucking show us your penis?
Yes, I will.
Will you do it right now?
Yes? I'm sorry, you're out of questions.
Damn it! We never got to see his
You didn't
peen.
get to see the penis.
Hey, guest number one, introduce yourself.
My name is Paul F. Tompkins.
Paul F.
Can you
Tompkins.
believe it?
From podcasting?
Yep, and very little else.
You found a podcast you have not been on?
I hunted high and low.
Poor Paul. All he did was email us and compliment us on the show.
Said that he enjoyed listening, and here we are.
40 hours later, he's trapped in a room.
Listening to us bullshit for
my God.
probably at this point an hour and
He
a
has
half
been here
before he's
for
introduced.
he has been here for an hour and a half.
Counting last week's show as well. Sorry about that, Paul. Hi.
It's a pleasure for me because I'm a fan of the show. You two are weirdos.
You two are weirdos. and
Yeah,
we've been
they
talking
are.
About that.
Oh,
They
I'm
are.
sorry.
Especially in the 90s.
The two of you are weirdos.
Oh, well, that makes more
Oh,
sense.
okay. Yes, I would agree with that as
I was going to say you two are not weirdos at all. I was just agreeing with you.
By the way, this has been 2's Clues.
Oh, let's close it up. Hey, welcome to 2's Clues. The 2 sleuth over here is looking up his evidence. What song is that?
The Twilight Zone.
Submitted for your approval.
Okay, in our texting, there's no...
There's no time. It just
There's
says
no
Monday. Let's do it.
We did not communicate about... Wait. Oh, hold on.
Use your search function.
No, I'm just... We've texted a lot in the past couple days.
We have. We'll get to it. But in any case, Adam rescheduled for 9 p.m., which is fine. We're only doing one episode tonight, but 9 is
Ooh,
up.
I have a fuck you in all caps that was not delivered.
Was
to
not
you,
delivered?
and
Oh
it's
no, send it on over.
bumming me out.
When did you mean to do it?
This was from May 11th.
Oh, by the way, we need to talk about May 11th. All right? Because I sold you out. I don't know if you know about this. I think some people sent you some messages about it. Oh, hey, just got it. Thanks, man.
No, it's from when we were both in New York.
Yes. I sold you down the river when we were in New York.
Yeah, I got a bunch of...
Right. Okay, here's
What
what
happened?
Here's what happened. I'm in New York. I am doing 2 Comedy Bang Bang live shows. I had great RSVPs of guests across the board.
Yeah.
The day of the show, everyone came back to me and said, hey, we're all dropping out. I don't want to sell anyone out, but
all of them?
everyone dropped out.
Oh, God.
Including you. I know you were tentative, okay?
Yes.
So, I don't want to sell people out who dropped out, but everyone dropped out of the show, other than Paul F. Tompkins and I. So
that sucks.
So I ended up doing the first show just with Paul F. Tompkins.
Okay.
which he did a tour de force of 4 different characters as well as himself. It was amazing. It was something the likes of which people are not often privy to. Now, that said, to give people context of why it was happening, I mentioned that...
So you sold me out.
Yes, I sold you specifically out. Now, I mentioned it because I meant it to sound like a good thing, where I was like, well, Adam Scott was supposed to do this show, but it's Mother's Day, and he's giving Naomi a break from the kids. He's watching the kids and can't get away.
Right.
And then Paul turned it into a joke, saying that for Mother's Day, she wanted nothing more than to get away from the family.
Right.
Okay, so funny. But then I think I elaborated on some of the texts, and I said that your final text to me was, "Can't do it, bro."
Did I really say that?
It was not. That was my impression of it. It was not as bad as that.
Here's what it is. It's I can't. Sorry, man.
Sorry, man. Okay, similar.
Which means it was sincere.
It was sincere. It was.
If there was a bro on there, yeah, I was not 100% sincere.
Right. You were sorry about it, but in my
Sure.
retelling of it,
Okay,
I retold it as "can't do it, bro."
Then the tweets now make sense.
Yes, which made everyone groan. And then Paul talked about bro and the usage of that. Yeah, you did not say that. For comedy's sake, it made you out to be
a total douche.
Yes.
Total douche.
Yes. So now they all make sense. That's what happened.
You dick. You dick. So you framed it as me saying, bro, seriously.
Yeah, but that's what I thought your text was. So, but I didn't want to sit there and look it up.
You know that if I texted you, sorry, can't, bro, that I am sorry, but I'm kind of kidding because
who knows what you think?
No, but no one uses.
You're an insane person. I don't know what you think.
No one uses bro seriously.
That's true. For comedy's sake, I may have just exaggerated.
For lying's sake. You prick.
So in any case, that episode is going to come out at some point. But I talk about it during that.
Okay, but so did you tell everyone to tweet me then?
No. People who were there just took it upon themselves to tweet you. In fact, I think when you listen to it, when I put it out at some point in the future, you can sense me trying to do damage control because I know it's going to come out and I know people are going to give you a hard time. And so I apologize for that.
So, okay, because all the tweets I got were, "Can't make it, bro. Yep. You idiot." Like shit like that. Like I didn't know what it was.
Look, I don't appreciate people tweeting you that.
It was so many that I thought you at the show must have said, "Okay, everyone tweet Adam."
I did not do that.
That's so funny.
But there were a lot of people there. I think people were disappointed you weren't there. People wanted to see you.
But it wasn't. Did you like advertise that I was going to be on the thing?
No, but the one thing I did do is I had such a great response of people who wanted to do the show at the time that I was talking about, oh my God, these guests are amazing.
Yeah.
And then the day of, everyone dropped out. And so
what about the second show? Did anyone come to that one?
Bobby Moynihan was there. It was great. Wyatt
Cenac
could do it for like 10 minutes and then had to leave. And then Bobby Moynihan did 4 of it. It was fantastic. But the other show, everyone dropped out of. And I was kind of scrambling at the last minute trying to get people who may or may not have been in New York. Nothing panned out. We ended up doing a really great show. I only got one complaint. Who was probably a nice person who said, that the advertisement said guests, not guest.
Oh.
And I'm disappointed, and I wish I'd seen the second show instead. Other people were saying, I thought the first show was great, and I'm so happy. It
sounds like it was great.
It was pretty amazing.
With Paul doing it.
Yeah, but that's the luck of an improv show. It's the luck of the draw.
Where were the shows?
Skirball Center at NYU.
Now, we never specified a time, I'll have you know.
We may have in email form. Are you looking up all of your email?
Check.
God, the show needs more of you looking up things. All right. Anyway, while you're doing that, let me talk about what's happening here.
Okay.
Because we on our last episode said this week we were going to do Broadway Spider-Man. Hey, Spider-Man, turn off the dark.
Not in email form either.
Okay, I apologize. Look, I'm a bad friend.
Yep. I'm right.
Do you feel better being right?
Yes.
Or do you feel kind of small for having pointed that out?
I feel a little small for having pointed it out, and I feel a little shitty about making everyone work at 9 o'clock rather than 7.
It's quite all right.
We did not, again, much like my excuse in New York, I had to. Anyway, who cares?
You have children.
Who cares?
We're lucky that you're here at all.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares? Buy a pizza pie.
Hey, welcome to 2's Clues. This is Scott.
And this is Scott.
And we're trying to look into some clues about why I've never seen a movie. And
okay, here's what I've gathered so far, Scott. You haven't seen a movie. Also, you are in the entertainment industry. You have a TV show and several podcasts.
I don't think that's right, but go ahead.
Also, you don't think that's right. You are not acknowledging the stark reality that you are in the entertainment business.
Really? I don't know.
Pretty stark reality.
If I'm to gather all of these clues, I would have to surmise that you're just a confused individual.
You know why I found one 2's clue as to why I haven't seen any movie, and it's because I reached into my pocket for a hard candy, and you know what flew out was a moth. That's right, I have no money, and that's why I've never seen a movie, and that's why it's time for talking about money. Hey, welcome to Talking About Money. This is Scott.
And this is Scott.
We're talking about money, and
Scott, you were saying you don't have any.
I don't have any.
Okay.
So it's hard to buy things.
You gotta pirate that shit, my man.
Have you thought about earning money and then saving money and then spending money?
No, I've earned it.
Right.
I've saved it. I've never spent it.
Well, then that's the
You
thing.
have
You
it.
do have money.
What do you mean? No, I don't have it in my pocket.
You can get that money that you've saved, put it in your pockets, and then spend it.
Where is it?
It's in the bank.
You gotta get it from them.
I don't know how long it would take me to get there, which is why it's time for an episode of When Do You Get There, Bro? Hey, welcome to When Do You Get There, Bro? This is Scott.
This is Scott.
And we're talking about how long it takes us to get to the bank.
Well, which bank are you a member of?
The bank of Love It or Leave It, America.
I wouldn't want to be a member of a bank that has Scott for a member. Me.
Groucho Marx. I think he said that.
I think he said it recently, and that's why it sounded like that.
Where's the closest Bank of America?
I think there's one right down the street on Sunset.
I think so. That checks out.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask, when do I get there?
Or how long would it take me to get there, bro?
Yeah, something like that.
I'd say if you're driving at least
It's
30,
when do you get there, bro?
When do you get there, bro? I think if you're driving at least 35 miles an hour, you get there in like 5-6 minutes.
I think I'm gonna walk 35 miles an hour. Is that okay?
Whoa, so fast.
Just really no, that's slow.
Oh, that's slow.
We talked about this before.
That's right.
We talked
I
about
forgot.
It's
Very,
very,
very
slow.
slow.
Pretty slow.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll probably walk there 35 miles an hour. How long?
As if you're just cutting through a Hollywood party.
Sure. How long did you say?
He said 20 miles an hour.
When do I get there, bro?
I'd say if you're walking 20, 25, 30, 35 miles an hour, probably get there 5-6 minutes.
Okay, great. Great app.
Wow,
Yeah, that was really good. It was
Great app.
a lot of
When do I get there,
information.
bro. Yeah, and we are in the middle of
So you discovered them with
talk about money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And okay, I'll just go to the bank and get some money. Okay, great app.
Great app.
Yeah.
Great
All right,
really
so
good.
we're in the middle of 2's Clues. So, boy, I've figured out why I've never seen a film.
Well, there were great clues.